The impeachment motion moved by opposition MPs against Justice G.R. Swaminathan of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court remained another focus. While the Home Minister hit out at the opposition for moving that motion during his speech on vote theft, the DMK categorically reiterated that the impeachment motion was not moved only because of the Tirupparangundram Deepam judgment delivered by Justice Swaminathan. 82 DMK and other opposition MPs had filed a complaint against Justice Swaminathan on the 12th of August, much before the Deepam judgment, with the Chief Justice of India and the President of India. The complaint seeking a probe and action against the judge cited 13 instances of judgments and other comments that the DMK argued, and the opposition MPs as well, was blatantly communal, biased and exposed favoritism. Some of these judgments were turned down by the apex court as well, and the DMK argued that since no action was taken after its complaint by the CJI or the President on that complaint that it had filed, the opposition had no other option but to move an impeachment motion. The DMK claims that the Deepam judgment, where Judge Swaminathan ordered the lighting of the lamp on the Deepathoon at the hilltop, was at best a trigger and not the reason for the impeachment motion. The state government is fighting allegations of contempt of court, remember, and the Madurai collector has moved the apex court challenging contempt proceedings, and the DMK has challenged the order before a two-judge bench of the Madras High Court. Listen in to the DMK's Tiruchi Shiva and Home Minister Amit Shah before we head to our second face-off this evening.
कोई जज आजादी के इतने साल में नहीं हुआ है मान्यवर कि कोई जज एक जजमेंट दे तो जज के खिलाफ इंपीचमेंट लेकर आते हैं। अपनी वोट बैंक को एड्रेस करने के लिए इंपीचमेंट लेकर आते हैं मान्यवर, और ये सारे ने तो साइन कर दिया, साथ ही साथ उद्धव जी ने भी साइन कर दिया। उद्धव जी, जजमेंट क्या है? एक पहाड़ी पर मान्यता है कि यहां सबसे ऊपर दिया जलाया जाए। मान्यवर, एक वोट बैंक को संभालने के लिए एक हाईकोर्ट के जज के सामने इंपीचमेंट लेकर आए हैं। देश की जनता उनको मदद नहीं करे।
See, on 11th of August 2025, a petition signed by 50 MPs from both the houses of parliament was submitted to the President of India as well as the Supreme Court Justice. It consists of 13 charges against this Justice G.R. Swaminathan. And now that the President or the Supreme Court Justice has no, of course they cannot. If a judge has to be removed from his position, it could be only through an impeachment. So the impeachment notice has been given based on only those 13, because in August no Tirupparangundram issue was there. So they want to interpret or give a color that this impeachment is for Tirupparangundram is totally trying to mislead the people as well as the attempt we have made. So these 13 charges are based on various occasions, various reasons which can be proved at any cost, and I think the Speaker will take a right decision.
Well, joining us this evening, Narayan Tirupati, Chief Spokesperson of the BJP in Tamil Nadu, and also Salem Dharanitharan, Spokesperson of the DMK. Thanks to the two of you for joining us. Narayan Tirupati, the point being made by the DMK is that there has been consistent problem with Justice Swaminathan. A complaint was filed before the CJI and the President of India citing 13 instances back on the 11th of August. So this impeachment motion is not a mere response to the Tirupparangundram judgment. While it may have been a trigger, but it's not the only reason why opposition MPs have moved this impeachment motion. Your response?
Well, they found that this Tirupparangundram issue is not going to work out. So suddenly they have brought so many issues. And see, there is a judicial system. If you feel that you are aggrieved with the judgment, you are always welcome to go to a appeal. And they have done everything. So when a single judge says something, and the Superior Court and the Supreme Court, the bench, everything, constitutional bench, you have got everything in your hand. And this is the democracy and the judicial system in India. So the problem issue here is that election time, these people are, they want to appease minorities. That is what the problem
But the
is.
same thing will be said. Election time, BJP is raising this issue for its electoral
Please,
benefits.
Veer Raghavan.
But let me get Salem
Veer
Dharnitharan
Raghavan.
to respond to
No,
what
no,
you
no,
said.
let me, no, for your question.
Yeah.
BJP never, came into this issue. It was a petitioner who said the judge had ordered the government. It is the government duty, the police's duty to light the lamp. And when you violate the constitution and the court order, BJP obviously enters.
Okay.
Simple.
You're saying BJP entered because an issue was there. Salem Dharnitharan, irrespective of what the antecedents to the impeachment motion is, the fact that it was filed just after the Tirupparangundram judgment would make it look like an immediate response to that judgment. Was it just then about political optics?
See, DMK is not a party that does minority appeasement, or rather in Tamil Nadu, there's no majority and minority. There's only people of Tamil Nadu. That we don't differentiate people based on caste, creed, or language, or religion. They're all inhabitants of Tamil Nadu. That's about it. It's only the BJP that wants to do civil politics, most of communal division. It's a Hindus that vote en masse for the DMK, right from 1967 when the party first came to power. 90% of Tamil Nadu is Hindus. What is the BJP if they stand alone in Tamil Nadu? Less than 2% or 3%. So Hindus themselves have not accepted BJP. So what rights do they have to speak about, or rather speak on behalf of Hindus? And the interesting point is GR Swami. See, it's about political activism judicial activism versus judicial impartiality. Was Swaminathan partial? Is it right for a sitting justice, to attend events with politicians of different ideology, go to that event and make political comments mocking my party's ideology? It's not about my party or any party, but
Yeah.
different parties' ideology repeatedly. Can a judge openly show political ideology? Can a sitting judge sit in the seat of delivering judgment and say non-Brahmins cannot become priest? These are his statements. So can a judge have prejudiced opinion? Can a judge have strong political ideology? The answer is no. That is the crux of the issue. Tirupparangundram is a separate issue based on his judgment, but that is a separate debate. But if a judge is partial or shown signs of being partial, of course, there is a job of the legislative to keep the judiciary under check.
Respond to
Like
that,
how the
Narayan
job of the
Tirupati.
judiciary
Issue is the
to keep the
Veer
executive
Raghav.
and legislature under check.
Issue is Veer Raghav.
Checks and balances is very important.
If you had gone for an impeachment for this judge, why have you not pressed the same thing for the two judge bench who upheld the judgment? What Justice G.R. Swaminathan had said. They have upheld the judgment. In fact, they were very critical of the government, saying that you have ulterior motive in not implementing the judge's order. So, it is very clear that these people are targeting a judge who has given a verdict, whereas they have not said anything about the two judge bench. They went on an appeal, and in the appeal, it was upheld that what Justice G.R. Swaminathan said is right, and you have to go to his court only. They are
Respond to
afraid.
that. Salem
The
Dharnitharan.
targeting is very, very clear. He said no. He never said that non-Brahmins should not become priests. He has given so many judgments that they should become priests. Because he is a Brahmin, he is being targeted by the Dravida model, DMK, which is, as per the Chief Minister, it's an extended arm of the Justice Party. That is what they have been doing. They have been
Salem
abusing a particular
Dharnitharan, it
community.
is considered political view and considered jurisprudence, at least as for many lawyers, that while personal opinions of a judge may matter in a case, that does not form the case for impropriety resulting in impeachment, which can only come due to, let's say, misconduct or perhaps some intentional corruption or issues of that nature. Brings us back to that one question. When the matter is before the Supreme Court, where you have challenged the contempt petition and you've already moved to the two-judge bench, when there is judicial recourse as far as this case is concerned, bringing about an impeachment motion at this time only seems like political optics.
I think Narayan Tirupati himself explained that this is not about this case because he spoke about the other divisional bench. He himself made it clear and underlined my point strongly.
That's right.
But this judge, not just once, at least 24 times, he has made remarks against my party or strongly against one ideology, spoken ill about different religions.
No, I think Salem Dharnitharan is just clarifying that you are not referring to the appeal filed in this case. It's another
Right.
case that
So
you're
it's
referring
not
to.
just to go about this case. No, see, let me not be interrupted. It's my time. No, he can speak in his time. Let me not be interrupted. See, there are three issues here. Veera Raghav, there are three issues. First is the impeachment of the judge. Second is the Deepam issue, right, where it should be lit. Third is not for the order supposedly not being followed. But the point of the debate is impeachment right now, not the issue 2 and 3. Let's not confuse 3 and intertwine them.
Okay, go ahead.
The impeachment of the judge is simply because he's been partial. He's shown based on his actions that he prefers one religion or one sect of people over the other in a secular country. That is not desirable. In fact, the first impeachment of a judge motion was done by BJP in the 1991. Subsequently, BJP has done the same in 2009, 2013. They have done it continuously. So why is that when they were doing it was fair for the democracy? When we do, it's not fair for the democracy. What is parliament? Parliament is where people representative of that. It is the voice of the people. If
Let me get Narayan Tirupati to respond. Go ahead, Narayan Tirupati.
Raghavan, this is very, very clear. They want, because this particular judge, Mr. G.R. Swaminathan, has disposed of 73,505 cases in 8 years. In Tamil, there is a proverb. You know Tamil, and Dharanidharan also knows. In Tamil, there is a proverb. This is what now he has solved 73,505 cases. That is the problem of Dravida model DMK. If this judge goes to the court at 9 a.m. and any time he works and he does his duty very, very convincingly. This is the problem. He says everything to the right in front of the people. He is a very honest judge. People don't like his honesty. That is the main issue with Mr. G.R. Swaminathan. If you have a right, you go in for impeachment. But you know what will happen. But what I am telling you is that you don't have, DMK has no moral responsibility to talk about judiciary, because all your ministers, the Judge Ananda Venkatesh in the High Court very clearly said that you have transferred the trial. You have transferred judicial trial to some other court in order to get your people, out of conviction. Your ministers out of conviction. And what moral right you are preaching? It is you who have been communal. DMK and the rally.
Respond to that, Selam Dharanitharan. Last minute to you.
See, it's very clear. Okay, I'm not going if he's efficient or not. Efficacy versus partiality. Assume he is efficient, but can he be allowed if he is partial? Right? And being ideologically biased for a judge is also corruption. There are different ways of corruption, but being ideologically biased is also corruption. This is a very important point to note. So because someone is efficient but he is partial, he can't be allowed to.
No, sir. Let me just say this to you, Selam Dharanitharan, that there are legal experts who believe that ideological positions taken by a judge, while it's very, very problematic and has to be challenged through judicial recourse, does not form the grounds for impeachment, which is for impropriety in terms of corruption.
I do not think
so. You're expanding the definition.
No, for them, even Ram Temple given by the Honorable Chief Justice of India was wrong.
Can I come and see? It's my time.
For DMK,
just quickly finish off your point. Sorry, Narayan Tirupati. Selam Dharanitharan, just finish off your point because I'm completely running out of time.
It's very, very simple, right? A judge, as any other citizen, is entitled to have his own opinion. But if he has an ingrained prejudice, that is not desirable. Whatever any legal luminaries may say, you look at the basis of civilization when the entire judiciary was coming up, the democracy was coming up, or across the democratic world, a judge to have an ingrained bias is not allowed. That is a debate. Even in the US, a white judge versus opinion on the black community there.
I think this matter will be settled not in a television studio, but in the courts of law. The Supreme Court will perhaps have the final word on this, but the opposition doesn't have the numbers to have the judge impeached, but does have the numbers to move that motion. But we'll see how this plays out, both politically and legally. Thanks very much to both Selam Dharanitharan and Narayan Tirupati for joining us there.